folks. I was just out for a quick ride this afternoon and it dawned on me to come down and film the Egg Run route when it's not the Egg Run. For anyone who's not done it before, it can be quite intimidating with thousands of bikes on the road. So I thought if I show you what the route is and what the roads are like when they're quite empty, then you can get used to it, or if you're looking to come along and watch, then you can like kind of pick a spot that you want to aim for. So we started down here. This is the dips in New Brighton, and this is where the Egg Run starts from. You'll know where to aim for because there'll be thousands of bikes here. But what they tend to be, oh man, look at that! Look at some road control cars. Very cool. Okay, they're shifting. Yeah, sorry. So where I am right now will be lined with bikes all around it, all around the side of the road. Just everybody will be here. And heading out this way is the start. So this year it's the 6th of April it's going to be on. And it's due to start at 11 AM setting off. People start to gather from like 9, half 9 in the morning. But it sets off from this little stretch here at 11 o'clock. So we're right down on the seafront. New Brighton's behind us, and we're heading now towards Wallasey. There are options to not actually come down to the start, because I'll admit it can be quite intimidating with so many bikes around and chaotic. If you've never done it before, then maybe you don't want to be down here. It's brilliant chaos, it's fun chaos, it's a great atmosphere. But if that's going to put you off a little, if that's going to put you off coming, then there might be a better option to join further along the route, and I'll point that out to you, like a couple of spots where it's possible. Well, it's possible anywhere, but where I'd suggest. So we're heading up here, and then instead of taking the route back towards the motorway, we take this left and a roundabout here down into Wallasey Village. It's actually going to be 2 weeks today from when I'm filming this, when the Egg Run actually is. I hope the weather's a bit better because it is a chilly 11 degrees at the moment. It's normally quite nice. Okay, this set of lights here can be notorious for causing chaos back at the start, because they seem to stay on red for ages and be green for a short time. So just be ready to go when they go green. That helps everybody behind you. Right at the roundabout, we're heading down towards Leasowe. Okay, this is one of the first options for joining a little bit later on. This petrol station here, quite a few people come down, fuel up ready for the day, and just kind of loiter, wait around here along these stretches. Obviously not the double yellows, but and then as the first few waves come through, you just blend into it and join the ride. Roads themselves are fully open on the day. They're not closed off or anything. It's not I don't even think it's an official run anymore. I think it's, like on Facebook they call it the tribute, because it's not, you know, policed or anything like that, because it was, well, they don't want to pay for it. police want to spend the money elsewhere. So that flyover there is the spur that comes from the motorway. Off to the left is the M53. So what you could do as well, if you don't want to go down to the dips, is you could come off of that spur where that car's just coming down now, where that little Fiesta is. You could come down there and you can park up somewhere along this run as well. If you are going down to the dips and you've never been before, if you're coming along the motorway or the A41 or coming over from Liverpool, just follow all the other bikes. There's thousands that come. If in doubt, just tag onto a group of bikes. There's a 95% chance they're headed to the egg run. Oh, and if you see somebody with like a bunny helmet cover on, follow them. They're definitely going to the egg run. So all the way down here, there'll be people lined the streets. Where these cars are parked and everything, and you get them like hanging out, little kids and stuff trying to high-five you as you're coming past. So if you want to do that, fair enough, move over early, let the bikes behind you know that you're going to do it. Slow right down, because it's all about like a fun day. You will get some idiots, at everything. There will be some people on unlicensed bikes and everything, and quad bikes and things, doing wheelies and stuff like that. Fortunately, there's not a lot you can do about that. But if you could brighten a few kids' day by giving them a high five as you're riding around, then they're going to remember that. Might get some bikers in the future from it. This is the main road down to Leasowe. Pretty ideal for a charity parade point of view. Long straight roads. For people who are watching, they just park up. A lot of people turn up with their deck chairs and stuff like that, camp up for the morning for a couple of hours while the bikes are coming past. Okay, the road bends left towards Moreton. Want a spot along here or something like that, you're probably best coming down pretty early. Like I say, we set off at about 11 o'clock, but I bet you there'll be people down here easily from 10 o'clock to get a good spot. Over the railway. Roundabout in Moreton, we're taking a right again. More of an oblong about. Back on ourselves, taking this left. There was a crash up here a couple of years ago on one of the runs. Again, an idiot on a scrambler decided to pop a wheelie to show off to everybody. I'm not sure what he hit, but he was down in the middle of the road. Oh, we got temporary traffic lights. Let's hope these have cleared in 2 weeks' time. What kind of work are we doing? Well, it looks like, oh, they've been done, but up here hasn't. I think that's unlikely to be done in 2 weeks. So that could cause a bit of a bottleneck back towards Moreton. Moreton now, we're heading to Mells. Van out of the way. Back up over the railway line, Mel Station. Big pub on the right here. After you've come past the railway, there's a nursing home up here, and if it's a nice day, they bring them all out, so they're all sat down at the end of the road in either normal chairs or wheelchairs with little blankets over their knees and everything to keep them warm. And their arms must be dead by the time they get to lunchtime, the amount of waving they do. Care home. There's one there. There's another one as well. Oh, could be this up here. I've got like a big fancy window in my head. There it is. This is the place. As we enter Hoylake. So here, there's the care centre. So they'll be lined up out here as well. towns on the Wirral have gone down to 20 mile an hour limit. Kind of like Wales have. So it might be worth watching out. One awkwardly placed police van could have a field day. This is Hoylake. Any golfers out there will probably recognise that name. We go past the entrance to the golf course, which was used as the Open a few years ago. These houses off to our right here, they're facing the golf course. We're kind of looking at the front of the house, but it feels more like the back of the house, because it feels like this is the back garden and the view is out over the course. There it is. Heading down to West Kirby. Coming to do the run, it's asked that you bring, like, you can either be a donation to in cash or actual Easter eggs. So if you bring an Easter egg and stuff like that, there's collection points at the start at the dips, and there's collection points at the end. So if you don't go to the dips, you don't need to worry about like you've missed the collection. You can do it at the end as well. And you'll see people with, say, like if there's bikes with sidecars or pillion passengers and stuff like that, quite often they'll collect eggs on the way round for people who are standing on the side. Obviously, if you've got a sidecar with nobody in it, you can just keep dumping stuff into it, you see, all the way. But yeah, you see people with their eggs in plastic bags, like just holding them up, hoping some biker will stop and collect it. But if you're just riding on your own, don't worry about that. Like I say, somebody who's got a pillion passenger they'll collect those, as opposed to you ending up with a bunch of bags hanging off your elbow. That was West Kirby, now heading up the hill. Up past the monuments. nice. Yeah, it's a fairly well-to-do part of the Wirral, this. We're now at the top of Caldy. Some of the side roads off the main road here, there's some incredible houses. Think of the kind of thing that you'd see on Grand Designs. Heading down the hill to the rugby club. Straight on at the roundabout. And we're heading towards Heswall. Got the rugby club on our left here. Climbing up the hill at Thurstaston, which is pretty cool. Actually, there's sometimes a photographer up here. There's photographers all around the route, and they'll normally kind of post to Facebook pages and things. But this is quite a popular spot for a photographer because it's cut into the rock around here. This route, so it's quite a nice backdrop. So you might want to say you're all bunched up. If you kind of gap yourself out a little bit, you might have more chance of getting a photo on your own. That's kind of your backdrop, and the photographer will sometimes be over there to the right. There's a pub coming up on the left here. It's really popular. Loads of people, like loads of bikes will turn in here and get a drink and bite to eat or whatever, but it's busy. That's going to be so packed. Like, you have people out on the benches, obviously watching all the bikes come past and everything, and then, like I say, lots of bikers will stop there. We're straight onto this roundabout. And you get to stretch your legs a little bit along here. Another popular area for a photographer to hang out. There was one a couple of years ago. He basically had a drone pretty much hovering above the road, or just off to the side slightly to keep it legal. And so got quite a lot of shots of the bikes from the air as well. Gloves were a mistake. So a little thank you to that Ranger over there for deciding not to pull out. And now we're on the edge of Heswall. where you can occasionally get a bit of bottlenecking going on because you've got a set of lights here for the, like the Tesco supermarket, and then there's a set of lights in the middle of Heswall as well at the crossroads, so it can backle. I mean, most of the people who live around here, they know when the egg run's going to be on. They don't come out. If you're a car driver, oh, it's just a nightmare. There's just bikes everywhere. You would not put yourself in it unless you really had to be in it. Bleed in here. Always keep an eye out for John Barnes or occasionally Ian Rush, someone like that. Popular part of the Wirral for ex-footballers. Silk Road still here? Yeah, Silk Road. Brilliant food in there, lovely place. Oh, Broadway Meat House. Not tried that one yet. Put that on the list. My customary check to make sure I was recording, because man, if I'd got this far and I wasn't, I would be gutted. Okay, at the roundabout we're heading towards Chester, which is a straight on-ish right. Technical term that. Turning to go down to Parkgate if you fancy an ice cream. If it's a red hot day, good spot to go get an ice cream. Once you come back from the end, of course. Okay, so we're going past the car showrooms that have Premier Plants here, and then there's a left coming up onto Parkgate Lane. We're taking it. It's the first kind of not obvious turning of the entire route, but unless you're leading, you'll see that all of the bikes are turning down here towards Thornton Hough. Again, a nice little spot to stretch your legs. Generally isn't people down here. It's too narrow, they know not to, and there's like a really good space within Thornton Hough for people around here to go to. Is he on tow? Yeah. We're heading into the village centre. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So there's a no car park here. There's quite a lot of space. All this open ground, obviously. So this could be quite a popular spot for people. I guess they park up there and everything. Lovely looking place as well. We're not a million miles from the end now. Out for mud on the road around here. And then at the roundabout we will be turning left. We'll be heading towards Clatterbridge. So this is the hospital that the eggs are for. The whole thing started as the bikers would turn up with all of these Easter eggs for the kids who were in hospital, and then they got bigger and bigger, and there was too many eggs, so the eggs get dispersed around all of the hospitals in the area to all of the children's wards, and any money raised goes to certain charities in the area as well. What they used to do, you used to end at the hospital, but they stopped that when it just got too big. There was thousands and thousands of bikes, so you don't go there anymore. That's why they collect loads of stuff at the start, so a lot of people will do the run, and now when they get here they'll go to the motorway and go off for their day and do whatever. So that used to be the old entrance where they used to go park up and everything, but now what we do is we go to the roundabout here, and this will be new to a lot of people, the new services and everything that's been put in the middle here. We carry on round the roundabout. That's the route you take to the motorway if you're ending now and going home, fair enough. Well, we go around here, and then there's a left turn in here that's a cul-de-sac. Watch out for this car behind me. Okay, you pop over here, and it's taking us down to Claremont Farm. There's normally marshals down here. There'll be a marshal down here pointing, telling you to turn left here. And this is a place that they do fruit picking at, and Halloween when there's pumpkin picking and stuff like that, they do all of that kind of stuff. Really popular place, and so you'll end up with motorbikes parking all the way along here. There's no cars allowed down here. They won't let you come over that bridge. They won't let you anywhere near it with the cars. But once the car parks inside the farm are full, they'll start parking you on here, or they might start parking you on here first, just to try and keep that clear. So where that car's coming out, they might pull you in further back, but this itself is the farm. So you can go to the cafe and stuff, get a drink, get a bite to eat and things like that. Support Claremont Farm, because they're obviously supporting the run by letting the bikes all come here at the end. Looks better than Diddley Squat. So yes, they might have bikes parked down, the car park down there as well. And then when you come out, the marshals will probably tell you which way to go. So this is definite, but more than likely they're going to be sending you up this way, because all the other bikes are going to be coming across the bridge, so they'll probably want to keep this one way. So we get up to the end here. We're going to take a left, and this is going to take us down to the M53 junction, and then the rest of the day's yours. Do come along, hope you enjoy it. obviously ride within your means, and also you've got to be wary of people around you. Like, even if you've never rode with loads of bikes before, just keep a good gap. If somebody nips around you and decides to take your gap, just extend the gap again. It's not a race at the end of the day, it's just a charity run. And you don't want people coming away from it with a bad idea of the run. You want people to have a great time, especially the kids and stuff like that. And watch out for your left elbow, because, man, I wrecked mine a couple of years ago giving out that many high fives. It was aching for 2 weeks. I hope that video has been helpful to you, and thanks for joining the ride. Time for me to head home, I think. I better edit this pretty quick. It's only 2 weeks away.